Halo, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Erwin. I'm from Class B English Literature 2019. In here, I will explain and also review some material about the history of English literature. First, Old English Anglo-Saxon period or Classical English literature. Anglo-Saxon or Old English literature includes literature written in Old English in the post-Roman period, from approximately the middle of the 5th century to the Norman conquest of 1066. This work covered genres such as epic poems, hagiography, sermons, Bible translation, laws, chronicles, riddles, etc. In total, there are about 400 surviving manuscripts from this period, a corpus of great importance to the general public of researchers. Some notable works include the poem Beowulf, which has attained national epic status in Britain. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle is an early collection of British history. Desmond from the 7th century is one of the oldest surviving writings in the English language. While English literature has gone through several different periods of research. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the focus was mainly on the Germanic roots of the English language. Then the field of literature began to be emphasized, and today the focus is mainly on polygraphy and the manuscript themselves. Researchers discuss several issues such as manuscript dating, origin, writing, and the relationship between Anglo-Saxon or Old English culture and the European continent in general during the Middle Ages. Next, medieval era. William the Conqueror Norman conquest of 1066 took a truce with the King of France. Normandy became a Duchy of France, and their leader was called the Duke of Normandy. It was during this time period of 2066, or the year of Norman conquest, as the beginning of and the opening moment of Middle English period. That was the time when the Anglo-Saxon dominance came to an end and the Normans took over England. Normandy it began in 1064 when Edward the Confessor, King of England, instructs his brother-in-law Earl Godwinson to travel to Normandy in order to offer his cousin William the succession to the English throne. Harold's ship sailed toward the coast of Normandy 2066 to reclaim his throne, trusting and the order from William, Duke of Normandy. Through support in France and had the support of the Pope the Victorious, William the Conqueror, who was the Duke of Normandy at this time, took the possession of King William I of England, and he ruled in England for 21 years. During this time period, the King William and his followers became the most powerful force in England. William had on the English monarchy was the beginning of the use of radical numbers after the French invasion. William the Conqueror brought a new restoration to England from Normandy and some other area of France. At the same time, William was careful to preserve the powerful administrative machinery that had distinguished the regime of the late Anglo-Saxon kings. William also built many castles and cathedrals throughout England. At William's death in 2087, his lands were divided, with his eldest son Robert taking control of Normandy and his second son, William Rufus, becoming King of England. Left of Canterbury, good relations between king and court broke down, and the new Archbishop Anselm became involved in quarrels with both Rufus and his successor Henry. Reign of King Henry II, murder of Thomas à Becket. King John of England, Magna Carta. Christianity was quite dominant in the Middle Age. Geoffrey Chaucer. Third, Renaissance and Reformation era. The history of the Renaissance and Reformation. Renaissance means a rebirth from about 1500 to 1600. The world was reborn in many ways. The Renaissance began in Italy, especially in art and architecture. In the 15th century, Columbus discovered America in 40 and 92. Copernicus and Galileo made important discoveries about the star and planets. Ferdinand Magellan sailed all around the world. The Renaissance was worldwide. The Dutch thinker Erasmus brought up making a central to the world, and this human concept was the basic of most Renaissance thought. The Tudor inserted much of the medieval view of the world, which consisted of the numberless but light dangerous of being, from the four physical elements up to the pure intelligence of angel. Sir Francis Drake, a national hero, was one of the commanders of the English fleet. The characteristic of the Renaissance and Reformation. Fourth, Revolution and Restoration era. History of Revolution and Restoration era. King Charles I was executed in January 1649. He was the supreme king of Britain, with sovereignty over England, Scotland, and Ireland. Parliament fears it will turn into an absolute monarchy and will eventually sideline the democracy so carefully established in Britain. First, the English Civil War was against Parliament and the Puritans in England. Last, 18th century. The history of 18th century. The 18th century in English literature has been called the Augustan Age, the Neoclassical Age, and the Age of Reason. It was also called the Age of Neoclassicism because the 18th century writer had found novel ways to synthesize and incorporate the writing style and technique of the traditional writers. The Classic into their own work without direct imitation or mimicry, giving rise to a new literature form. Finally, the 18th century in English prose has also been called the Age of Enlightenment, of the age of reason mainly because it focused on reason and rational thought as the primary basic of authority, a divergence from previously held and without except nation in which God and nature were the pillars of authority. The century in English literature was a kaleidoscope of emerging literary movements, forms, and styles which had been reserved with much acclaim as well as criticism during the time.